Gabi ng Misteryo.
At bahagi pa rin na ating Gabi ng Misteryo episode ngayong Sabado. Ito'y part 2 ng ating panayam kay Brother Jason Chancoco. Inihiwalay ko lang itong part nito kasi very interesting yung kanyang experience sa isang lugar dyan sa Bicol region na sinasabing ito raw ay lugar ng mga aswang. Kung kayo naniniwala ng existence sa mga aswang, ito na, panoorin po ninyo itong kanyang pagsasalaysay habang siya'y nagbibisikleta at night. Meron din siyang ibang mga experience yan, hindi lang yung, kasi yung very, very interesting yung kanyang experience na may nakita siya sa kalsada. Then, biglang humabol sa kanya. Ayaw kong ikwento kaagad dahil sa kailangan panoorin natin. At hayaan natin si Brother Jason na magkwento tungkol dyan. And of course, meron din siyang very interesting experience. Yun din sa lugar, I think yun din sa lugar na yun, mayroon din nagbibisikleta na biglang kung saan siya nailigaw kasi sinundan niya. Napunta sa isang sementeryo. Another one, meron babae na nag-skate. Mantakin ninyo, kalaliman na gabi may nag-skateboard. Roller skate ba yun? Ayan. Ito, panoorin natin yung bahagi nating panayam kay Brother Jason and of course yung kanyang personal experience tungkol dyan habang siya ay nagbibisikleta dyan sa Bicol region.
Gabi ng Misteryo.
I like doing my cycling at night. I consider it as part of my prepping and survivalism training. So there I was one night doing my usual routine, cycling at night, going around rural areas. You see, I think it would be really beneficial for everyone, especially those who are into prepping and survivalism as a hobby, to learn to hike or to ride at night, because it would really be best to move at night during shit hits the fan scenario. I noticed there was this open gate. It was an old gate, rusty and all that. So I went there, and to my surprise, I was already inside the cemetery. I was really confused and surprised because I was supposed to bike a little bit more to get there, or at least to get to that particular area near the cemetery, or the road beside the cemetery. I mean, I wasn't yet quite there at the time.
Lalo pag nagbabike ka, ano yung mga na-experience?
Pinaka-recent nung post-pandemic na siguro yan. I went to this spot na known for yung mga aswang folklore.
Aswang!
I saw a lady on a roller skate, and she was coming from the direction of that barangay and that cemetery. So there I was, riding my bike, and she was quite a distance away from me, but in front of me, and she took a right turn.
Do we need to fear them? Do we need to tell the people na these creatures or this sabihin natin mga paranormal really exist?
Yan kasi ay isang uri naman ng belief system talaga yan.
Yes.
Culture, part of may nakagisnan na paniniwala. At kung meron ng mga oral tradition na ganyan,
Yes.
dapat na nating pagyamanin yan.
Tama.
Part kasi yan ng
kultura natin.
racial memory,
Yes.
ng paano ba mag-isip ang mga tao sa isang lugar. minsan na expressed yan in various forms, sometimes sa dance, sometimes sa tula, sa kwento. Part na din ng psychology ng tao yan.
Gabi ng Sete.
Ano pa yung mga na-experience mo itong recently lang? Or do you have any mystical or paranormal experience? Lalo pag nag-bike ka, ano yung mga na-experience mo?
Pinaka-recent nung post-pandemic na siguro yan. I went to this spot na known for yung mga aswang folklore.
Aswang!
Oo.
Wow! Isa sa mga paboritong inabangan ng mga kamisteryo natin, aswang.
Cyclist tayo sa gabi.
Yes.
Dahil sa araw ay busy. So,
Oo.
sa gabi,
Idol ko to sa Bicol,
may
nagsacycling sa
probinsya.
gabi.
So, kung probinsya,
Oo.
hindi gaya rito, di ba? Mas
Yes.
may mga part na walang masyadong ilaw at
Oo,
maraming
abay
tubig.
doon. Talaga matindi doon. Ano?
I like doing my cycling at night. I consider it as part of my prepping and survivalism training. So there I was one night doing my usual routine, cycling at night, going around rural areas. You see, I think it would be really beneficial for everyone, especially those who are into prepping and survivalism as a hobby, to learn to hike or to ride at night, because it would really be best to move at night during a shit hits the fan scenario or a survival scenario. So there I was in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere, cycling, and following my usual route, I sort of got bored and thought of going to this barangay here in the Philippines that is known for being so quiet, solemn, and deserted at night. So I headed for that barangay. You see, on the way there, you will pass by a cemetery that is so huge that it is even considered as a necropolis. And this particular cemetery has a really old gate, really rusty and no longer being used. So on my way to the barangay, I passed by the old gate, and as usual it was closed. All of a sudden there was this cyclist that went past me. I got a little bit curious and surprised, because earlier the woman said that she would not usually see cyclists in her area at night. So I was wondering why there was that cyclist that went past me and overtaken me. So I followed that cyclist, and he was treading the usual path, so there was nothing really suspicious. I followed him and tried to overtake him, but then he took a turn left, which is actually not surprising, because that's actually the correct way to go back to the city. But then again, when I went that way as well, I noticed there was this open gate. It was an old gate, rusty and all that. So I went there, and to my surprise, I was already inside the cemetery. I was really confused and surprised, because I was supposed to bike a little bit more to get there, or at least to get to that particular area near the cemetery, or the road beside the cemetery. I mean, I wasn't yet quite there at the time. So it was as if there was a sort of a wormhole that brought me there really, really fast. So I was inside the cemetery, so I was wondering how I could get out of it and how I could find the highway. You see, the necropolis was so huge that you could actually ride a motorcycle inside. There are pathways huge enough, in fact, for cars. So there I was, just cycling around it with my lights on, thankfully, and I found myself lost. I was lost, and so I stopped and tried to listen. Okay, listen and actually try to hear the sounds of the vehicles, so I could go that direction and find the highway. So that's what I did for 15 minutes or so. 15 minutes of going around, 15 minutes of looking for a way out, and thankfully I could hear the sounds of cars from afar. So I tried to follow the sound, and next thing I knew, I was already in front of an old gate, rusty gate. That gate. But then it was open. It was open. So I went out and found myself in the highway. Up to now, I still don't know how I ended up in that cemetery during that ride. I simply followed that cyclist, took the right turn, and all of a sudden found myself in front of the gate of the cemetery and found myself inside it and struggling to come out of it. I'm just thankful that I got out. It was a month after the cemetery incident when I found myself once again cycling at night. Of course, as part of my prepping and survivalism training. You see, I wasn't bent on going there again or going that way again after what happened. But I was cycling inside the vicinity. So there I was, just minding my own business, riding. But I had to pass by the entrance to that solemn, silent, and serene barangay that we talked about the last time. I was supposed to turn left to get away from it, and I was to turn right if I wanted to go there. So I turned left. But before I reached the juncture, I saw a lady on a roller skate, and she was coming from the direction of that barangay and that cemetery. So there I was, riding my bike, and she was quite a distance away from me, but in front of me, and she took a right turn, the same direction where I was going. So what I did was I stopped and let her gain distance away from me. And after that, I began to follow her. I began to follow her because it was quite strange for me to see a lady, a young lady at that, wearing white, short shorts, and riding a roller skate in the middle of the night at around 11:30 p.m. And when was the last time you ever saw a person riding a roller skate? Well, I remember that roller skates were in fashion during the mid-90s or even late 90s. But recently, I have not been seeing people riding roller skates on the streets. It is more common to see people riding bicycles and skateboards even. So I followed her and made sure that there was enough distance between the two of us. She went her way, and there I was, following her. After a while, she turned right, going to this particular barangay called Santa Elena. I followed her and also turned right. I could see that she was holding a cell phone, but the cell phone was not a smartphone but rather a dumb phone. So I followed her as she went her way. When we got to this particular barangay called San Juan here in the Philippines, I decided to ride faster to overtake her. So that's what I did. I rode faster and I overtook her, planning to make a U-turn later on so I could catch a glimpse of her face. Anyway, there wasn't much motorists at that time and the road was pretty much deserted. So I overtook her, and after some distance I made a U-turn and went back. But as I came across her, I could not see her face. I could not see her face at all. Her hair was all in front of her face. Well, she was looking down the road, so I found nothing unusual about it. So I decided to follow her again after letting her gain some distance from me. Although admittedly it felt like I was stalking her. No, I felt like I was a stalker that night. But then again, to hell with that. I didn't care. I was just really curious, why would a young lady on a roller skate be riding great distances in the middle of the night or in the dead of the night? Where was she from? Where was she going? Those were my questions. And I also thought maybe there's nothing wrong with sort of escorting this young lady. So there I was, following her. We've been riding for quite some time, and she was just really so calm, just striding, and she was not in a hurry at all. And I could see that she was looking at her phone from time to time, and I noticed that we were already very far away from the city and that we passed by several barangays already. She kept on and on and on, and still I followed her. She went on and even got past Barit Bridge, heading towards another town called Buhi. I thought to myself, damn it, she's going to Buhi. That's another town. Who would ride roller skates in the middle of the night to get to another town? And to think she came from that direction of that barangay and that cemetery. So when I got to Barit Bridge, I decided to stop. I decided to rest and just listen. I thought for a while that maybe she knew I was following her and maybe she felt afraid and decided to just ride and ride. So after a while, I followed her again, going to that direction, going to that other town. But the road was clear. She was nowhere to be seen. She was gone.
Punta ako nun sa isang barangay na known nga siya sa sinasabi nating aswang folklore, aswang
Pinunta mo talaga yun?
Siguro, naghanap ako ng adventure. So, pagliko kong ganun, ito ay sinulat ko pa nga sa vlog.
Okay.
At one time, yung isang Makata na si Jerry Gracio ay may nagkaroon ng pakulo sa kanyang programa. Sa isang vlog din siguro yun, na i-post niyo yung mga pang-Halloween yun.
Yes.
Pinost ko ito dati.
Pinost mo yan.
Oo, dati. Yung ito naman, nangyari naman ito, di, bumasok, mahaba siyang kalsada na tulad.
Okay.
Either side, farm, rice land. Tapos, yun, ganun lang siya simple, mahaba. Although sa dulo, makikita mo doon na may poste sa malayo. Sa poste na yun, magsisimula na yung mga bahay. Kasi ito puro mo na rice land. So, kaliwat kanan yan, rice land. So, bike akong ganun. Kita ko sa dulo na may something sa gitna.
May nakatayo?
Di pa naman. Nasa ibaba.
Nasa road siya?
Nasa road, yan. Habang lumalapit, medyo malinaw na kung ano yun. Mukhang aso. Except, parang malaki masyado.
Pero yung aso, pero nakatayo ba siya?
Hindi pa, hindi muna. Naka-crouch. Tapos,
Wow! Nakadapa?
Bike kang ganun, papunta kang ganun. Kasi ang intention mo, marating mo yung mga poste, mga kabahayan, diba? So, tumayo na ngayon. Naka-crouch na dati, tumayo na ngayon.
Okay.
Bike ka pa.
Naglalakad
na ngayon, papunta na sa'yo.
So papalapit ka sa kanya, papalapit ka sa siya. Okay.
Hanggang, iniisip mo parang it's an ordinary dog. So, bike ka. Hanggang na-realize mo, mas malaki siya kaysa sa ordinary aso.
Wow.
At ito na ngayon, tumakbo na.
Tumakbo pa pala yun na.
Papunta sa'yo.
Papunta sa akin. What?
At saka, may mga kasama pa pala yun. Na mga katabi rin, malalaki rin. So, yung gagawin mo, bumalik ka. Tapos pagbalik, yung cambio ng speed sa bike. So, speed ride ka. So, paalis din. Ayan na sila. Nung malapit na sila, nasukat ko yung height niya. Kasi yung taas na saddle.
Malaki.
Mataas yung bike.
So, hindi kayo nabutan?
Nawala na lang. Tapos kailangan mo mag-ingat sa junction na yun. Kasi highway na yun.
Baka biglang may
mabilis na sasakyan. So, kailangan mag-permeno ka lang.
So,
kaya tanungin na ako.
Secondary road yun.
Secondary road.
Yung dinaanan mo na yun. Rough road siya.
Rough road? Hindi naman.
Hindi naman. Pero may kalsaan.
Sabihin na natin, ano na siya, asphalt na. Hindi na, pero hindi na siya bago. So
meaning, napasok mo talaga yung lugar ng mga aswang.
To think na previously, in 2016, yung sa isang academic institution, may grant, may research, naging bahagi ako ng research team pumunta talaga kami doon sa lugar na yun. Ang purpose naman namin nun ay mag-research ng mga folklore, oral tradition, at saka healing practices.
Talaga.
Earlier na nun, na ano namin, kumbaga, na-record namin yung mga kwento ng mga indigenous people doon.
So hindi
About may village doon. Halo din naman, pero may tribe doon. Napakabuhay pala ng kwento ng ano doon.
Talaga.
In fact, even before the research, kaya nga naging site yun ng research, dati na siyang may reputation na gano'n.
So until now?
Until now. So kung pumunta naman ako ron, siguro looking for something.
Yes.
Kasi isa sa mga na-isolate namin na story na-gather is yung may mga taga ron na sabihin na natin pag may naririnig sila, yung mga sinasabi na pag malapit, actually malayo yun. Okay, malayo, actually malapit yun. Nagsasabi sila na wag naman manay. Yung kilala nilang ano doon, alam nilang ganun.
Sa Ilocos kasi pag nakarinig kami ng ganyan, tawag dito, asin suka, landek, parang ganun eh. Parang tinatakot mo sila na meron kang daladalang asin sa kasuka, tapos merong yung, alam mo yung sangkalan, na kung saan tatagtarin mo yung karne. So, doon daw matatakot. So, sa inyo, ang tawag naman doon ay, paano sinasabi nyo?
Yung kasabihan na, ang sa area namin kasi, may mga research na ng mga tinatawag yung ariwaga. Parang patula siyang na nakakatulong daw yun sa para wag
silang lalapit. Paano sabihin yan? Yan Bicol.
Minsan sa gilid, kibliton, ang sa tao, ang sakloton, ang bawa. So, wag kang matulog sa gitna. Dapat, kung ba, matutulog kayo na walang tao sa gitna. Para kakalabitin ka lang. Wala, hindi ka sasaklotin.
Pero kung mayroong ganung lugar pala dun sa area ninyo, sa Camarines to, no? Sur or Norte?
Sur.
Wala bang mga reported na missing persons, mga victims of this mythical creatures?
Reported.
Reported. Yung talagang, sabi natin, ugong-ugong o kaya may kwentuhan, wala si ganito, si ganon.
Ang kadalasang kwentuhan doon, yung pag may nangyari sa isang tao na to, humina at nagkasakit, ina-attribute nila sa isang taong kilala ng community na ganon.
Ayan. Ako, very interesting.
Siguro kasi, ito theory namin, hindi naman nila talaga directly na pwedeng kunin ng isang tao sa neighborhood lang naman nila. Kasi neighbor lang nila yun.
Sabi nga
Hindi
nila,
gagawin nila yun sa iba.
yes, kasi sabi nga, karamihan, ito yung general belief dyan, kapag merong karaw kapitbahay, bawal sa yung bahay, katabing bahay mo na doon yung aswang. Kung atake sila, hindi yung sa community ninyo.
Parang gano'n.
Sa ibang community.
Kung mag-atake sila, parang psychic lang. Painahin ka lang.
Ganun yun. Sa malayo sila atake.
Pero isa din yung
Kaya daw mas safe kapag katabi mo yung bahay aswang.
Oo, kaysa meron din yung halimbawa, matagal ka nga sa Maynila, taga doon ka, umuwi ka rito, matagal ka rito, umuwi ka ron, hindi ka makatulog. Naaswang ka daw doon.
Ganun?
Hindi mo maintindihan. Ang iba sabi na mamahay, pero paano ka na mamahay? Taga ron ka. Baka naninibago ka, pero
Very interesting.
may oral tradition na naaswang ka nun kasi welcome ka.
You're also in ano yung ginagawa mo sa academic? More on mga folklore things ba to? Or
Parang gano'n.
history? Culture?
Minsan mga poetic form.
So ito ba'y
Oral
pwede
tradition.
paano mo siya i-connect dun sa kultura ng mga Pilipino itong mga ganito mga experiences? Do we need to feel them? Do we need to tell the people na these creatures or this sabihin natin mga paranormal really exist?
Yan kasi ay isang uri naman ng belief system talaga yan.
Yes.
Culture, part of mga nakagistan na paniniwala. At kung meron ng mga oral tradition na ganyan,
Yes.
dapat lang natin pagyamanin yan.
Tama, oh.
Part kasi yan ng
Kultura.
racial memory,
Yes.
ng paano ba mag-isip ang mga tao sa isang lugar. Minsan na expressed yan in various forms, sometimes sa dance, sometimes sa tula, sa kwento. Part na din ng psychology ng tao yan.
Yes.
But hindi mo ma-discount yung need sa investigation. Kailangan i-investigate mo pa rin yan, whether kung ano yan.
Ayan. So mga kaibigan, si Brother Jason Chancoco, fresh from Camarines region. So please invite yung ating mga fans ng Gabi ng Misteryo, and also your fans and other sabi natin mga interested sa ganitong mga paksa, especially sa yung works mo about culture, traditions and culture, lalo sa mga vlogs mo. Saan ka raw pwede matunghayan?
Meron akong page, yung Hagbayon, Hagbayon.
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 Channel.
May channel.
May channel na sa YouTube.
May
Alright.
Facebook version, may YouTube version. Yung YouTube, at least makikita mo talaga yung mga
Mga ito, makita rito mga adventure din ni Jason.
Pero bilang practitioner din ng art, diba, mga sinusulat ko,
Yes.
nandun din.
Writer din to. Di ba recently meron ka award? Nagkaroon ng award.
Ano yun sa
Or,
Commission sa Wikang
recognition.
Pilipino, yung isang, hindi lang pala yung isang tula na sinali ko sa isang parang poetry challenge.
Yes.
Yan, ganyan. Marami sumali tayo. So, napasama naman.
Ayan, si Brother Jason, mga kaibigan. Thank you so much, bro. And congratulations and good luck pa rin sa iyong adventure, lalo na dyan sa area ng Bicol region.
Maraming salamat, Idol Ray.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yan mga kaibigan, si Brother Jason Chancoco, na ating po nakadaupang palad dito po sa ating programang Gabi ng Misteryo.
Gabi ng Misteryo.
And tonight, huwag din po ninyong kaliligtaan, ha? Ibabahagi ko sa inyo ang astrological forecast ni Brother Nico Chua ng Mystic Way. Ano nga bang inaasahan natin this February? Maganda ba ang ating kapalaran based sa astrology? Actually, magandang pagbatayan yung readings about astrology kasi mas accurate kaysa sa ibang mga pagbabasa about the future. Pero magkakaiba rin naman kasi ng methodology of predicting the future, And ang lagi ko sinasalang naman sa inyo, lagi kong sinasabi, kung ano man ang binabanggit ng mga readers, mga psychic readers, mga astrologers about what will happen in the future, pwede pang mabago yon based na rin sa ating free will. And this time, ito na, atin nang panoorin, pakinggan ang forecast ni Brother Nico sa astrology, kung ano nga ba ang ating maring inaasahan this month of February, ang buwan ng mga puso.
So, hello po sa lahat and everyone. Ako nga pala ulit si Nico J. Chua, ang inyong young astrologist. And unang-una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat ako kay Sir Ray Sibayan na ma-invite ulit ako para magbigay ng guide ulit sa lahat ng nakakapanood nito. So, as an astrologist, ano nga ba ang possible na mangyari within 1 to 2 weeks or this coming first week or the second week? Well, actually, kung napapansin nyo naman sa ating community, medyo dumadami yung mga taong pagiging aggressive, which is if ever na napanood ninyo last time yung 2026 prediction ko, which is si Saturn at saka si Neptune is papasok na siya in Aries, kung saan si Saturn mag-i-stay siya for 3 years in Aries, and hindi maganda yon for me as an astrologist kasi dignified si Saturn doon pero fallen siya doon sa Aries kasi nga mas mabilis yung karma And also the same time, it is a lesson of grounding. Grounding and facing reality dahil magko-conjunct sila ni Neptune sa Aries zodiac. So, hindi lang yon. Kung mapapansin nyo sa community natin this 2026, starting pa lang ng January, ang dami ng taong aggressive. Ang dami ng taong triggered. Ang dami ng parang masalimuot yung nangyayari sa community natin ngayon. Like parang fast-paced siya and also at the same time more crimes, negativities, ganyan. And kung mapapansin niyo kahit sa mga trabaho ninyo, ganyan, yung mga co-workers ninyo, ang bilis matriggered. Lalong-lalo na for 3 years, si Saturn, i-challenge niya yung mga zodiac sign ng Aries. Mga pinanganak ng March to April, yan, mga Aries sign, mga yan. So, mag-ingat kayo sa kanila kasi may tendency na maging hot-headed sila if their sun sign is unevolved. Kapag evolved yan, ang evolved Aries, sila yung mga taong before actions, nag-iisip muna sila. Pero yung mga unevolved Aries, sila yung actions muna and galit and emotion muna bago sila mag-isip. Ganyan. So, doon yung mapapansin kung yung isang Aries sign is mature or immature, which is in astrology, evolved and unevolved. Ganyan siya. So, this past then and the coming first and second week, kung papansin ninyo, parang sobrang bagal ng growth, sobrang bagal ng speed or progress na nafe-feel ninyo, like parang feeling nyo currently na parang na-overwhelm kayo na parang gusto nyong tapusin yung isang bagay or ma-achieve or ma-complete nyo na agad. Ganun siya. Kasi currently sa ating transit, si Uranus ay naka-retrograde pa din siya sa Taurus. So, since Taurus rules the Venus, so mga material possessions ninyo and mga goals and achievements ninyo na related sa security in terms of money at saka din sa skill set, ganyan, mafe-feel nyo na parang walang progress, mafe-feel nyo na parang slow lahat, ganon. Kasi currently, si Uranus ay naka-retrograde pa din siya sa Taurus. And then, mag-direct na siya in a couple of weeks. I think 1 week or 2 week yun. Pero i-check natin mamaya kung kailan siya magda-direct. And also, ang pangatlong gusto kong i-share din is magkakaroon tayo ng Mercury retrograde. The first Mercury retrograde for 2026 would be the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Okay? So, i-share ko yung screen ko para makita ninyong lahat kung ano ang nangyayari sa between or sa kalingitan ngayon. So, ayan. So, kung nakikita nyo ang aking screen, so, ayan. Ito ang aking screen. Today is, I am recording January 29, 2026, 10:03 p.m. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, eto si Uranus. Naka-retrograde pa siya saan? Sa Taurus. So, ano si Taurus? Si Taurus is the rulership of Venus. And when it comes to Venus, about yan sa material possessions, mga bagay na pag-aari mo. And si Uranus is all about technology. So, kung napapansin ninyo na nagkakaroon kayo ng corrupted files, nasisira yung computer ninyo, mga makina, machines, machineries, so, siya ang may reason kung bakit. And also at the same time, if ipapa-repair nyo siya, after mga 1 week or 2 week, kung papansin ninyo, or siguro after a day lang ganyan, masisira na naman siya. And then, ipapa-repair ulit. Kasi, about to sa retrograde in technicalities and technology. Kasi Uranus rules anything na invention, innovation. So, dyan papasok ang computers, mga sasakyan, ganon. So, kung papansin ninyo, si Uranus ay naka-sextile. Kanino? Dito, kay Saturn at saka kay Neptune. So, papakita ko yung sextile aspect na ito. Ayan siya. So, sextile siya. So, ang sextile aspect na to, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ng support yan saan? Sa 6th house and sa Neptune, 0 degree na pumasok na sa Aries. So, ang mangyayari dyan, guys, Ito yung reason kung bakit tayo din nagkakaroon recently ng maraming car accidents. What type of car accidents? May times na hit and run, may times din na turmoil, or yun nga yung last time kung nabalitaan nyo yung sa Ampatuan, ayan, isa din yung part na yan. And also yung mga trucks, ganyan, or yung mga sasakyan or motor na nagsisiliparan or nasisira, ganyan, or nagkakaroon din ng road rage, ganyan. Sila yung sisihin ninyo itong between na to. Kasi nga, as I said, last time na featuring ko for 2026 prediction, for 3 years, starting this January, dahil si Saturn ay malapit nang mag-transit sa Aries, and which is nauna na si Neptune doon. So, ang pinakamatinding challenge talaga natin dito is patience, okay? Kasi Saturn transiting Aries is a lesson about Aries. Si Aries kasi, yan ang zodiac sign ng aggressiveness, impulsiveness, ayan. And also the same time, si Aries, rulership niya si Mars, so mag-iingat din kayo sa mga matatalim na bagay, kaya huwag kayong magtatako bakit may mga other crime din na nangyayari sa Pilipinas, like hold up, ganon, or anything na related sa matalim na bagay na like na kakat or nasasaksak, ganon. So, ayun. So, mag-iingat kayo, guys. Lalo na si Uranus natin ay nasa 8th house pa ni Philippines, transiting there, Uranus. So, ingat-ingat din sa mga magnanakaw, sa mga snatchers, at saka din sa mga sa mga phone ninyo, ganyan, computers, gadgets, mga motor, ganyan. So, ingatan nyo sila, be careful of it, i-double check up ninyo kung maayos ba, kung ayaw ninyong maaksidente sa transit na ito. And as I mentioned, hanapin natin kung saan si Uranus in Taurus ay mag-direct na siya. So, dapat mawala yung, ayun, nawala yung bar niya sa itaas. Pag naka-bar siya sa itaas dito sa aking application, naka-retrograde siya. So, mawawala siya ng February 4. So, okay na. Magiging okay na yung mga gadgets ninyo. So, pag naipa-repair nyo na sila, okay, maglo-long last na sila. Pero as of now, tiis-tiis muna. Okay? Tiis-tiis muna. And also, the same time, si Uranus din ang reason kung bakit medyo slow yung growth na nafe-feel ninyo, which is yung iba, tinatamad pumasok, ganyan, dahil din kay Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Kasi si Taurus about din niya sa professionalism, security, and hindi lang siya about sa money, possession, ganyan. About din siya kasi sa skills and talents. Okay? Now, si Neptune naman, pumasok na siya sa Aries. So, ito si Neptune. Ito naman ang Aries sign. So, kailan ba siya pumasok? I-check natin. Okay. So, nung January 26, 30 degrees na si Neptune sa Pisces. Ngayon, nung nag-January 27, doon na pumasok si Neptune sa Aries, and nakakonjunct pa din siya kay Saturn in 6th house. So, when it comes sa health, pakaingatan po ang health ninyo, kayong lahat, buong Pilipinas, dahil nakatransit po si Saturn doon at si Neptune sa 6th house. Yun nga lang, magkaiba sila ng zodiac sign, and magsasama sila sa both Aries sign ng Ayun, sakto. February 14, Valentine's Day, my goodness. So, saktong February 14, Valentine's Day, magsasama si Saturn and si Neptune sa Aries in 6th house. So, ano yung dapat ninyong paghandaan dito? Ano yung mga magagandang bagay din na mangyayari this time? Since nakasextile pa siya sa Uranus 8th house Taurus. So, expect for the unexpected when it comes sa health ninyo, kasi lalabas yung mga complications, lalabas din yung regarding sa health news, ganyan, may bagong virus ba na darating, may bagong health protocol ba, or meron ba kayong currently na health issue na hindi nyo na napapansin pero kailangan ng pagtuunan ng pansin talaga. Kasi sa February 11, magkakaroon din tayo ng pre-shadow ng Mercury retrograde, which is si Mercury ay currently nasaan siya? Ito siya. Nasa Pisces siya. Okay? So, pag nagkaroon tayo ng Mercury retrograde in Pisces, which is, kailan yon? February 26, as far as I know. Ayun, February 26. Lumabas yung linya dito kay Mercury in Pisces. So, ang magiging lesson or kakaharapin natin pag nag-Mercury in Pisces is all about truth. All about truths. Okay? Tsaka lahat din ng mga emotional setback, kailangan nang ibuhos yan. Kailangan nang i-let go yan. Ano ba yung mga bagay na or mga emotion na na-neglect ko? So, lahat ng yon, hindi lang emotion, pati rin mental and emotional challenge ang mangyayari dito. Kasi Pisces being a water sign, it's about emotion, intuition. Okay? So, yung logic, may tendency mag-weaken sa time na to. Pero yung intuition, may times na magiging sobrang sobrang strong at these times. Lalo na si Saturn at saka si Neptune ay naka-conjunct sa chart natin ng February 26, 2026. So, may parang palindrome yun, no? February 26, 2026. So, being Saturn in Aries, mas malakas na yung karma, mas mabilis siya, fast-paced ang Saturn, ibig sabihin fast-paced ang lesson, fast-paced ang karma. What type of karma? Good karma and bad karma. And dahil nakakonjunct pa siya kay Neptune, it will come in spiritual, hindi lang physical, also metaphysical. So, ayun. So, balik tayo sa Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Ang mangyayari sa Mercury retrograde in Pisces, so, it will be all about confusion with details, dates, or pati din sa pananalita. Ganyan. So, like parang nagko-conflict yung emotion sa sinasabi mo, ganun. Like parang, ito din yung struggle ng tao na parang lolokohin niya yung sarili niya, pero itatago yung emotion, yung totoong nararamdaman, yung expression, ganyan. So, you have also to ask yourself, what truth have I felt but I ignored? Where have I believed an illusion? Mga ganyan. Magkakaroon kayo ng realization na sino ba yung dapat kong i-forgive? Siya ba? O yung sarili ko dahil pinagbigyan ko siya madalas? Kasi usually ang mga Pisces, sila yung mga very selfless type of person. Pag yung Mercury, nag-retrograde siya sa Pisces, so it means like parang you are reclaiming your own emotional identity and spiritual identity. You are also reclaiming your own your own sanity and consciousness. Nagkakaroon ka ng question and revelation finally, kasi si Pisces in traditional astrology, ang rulership ni Pisces ay si Jupiter, which is Jupiter is about revelation and about just din siya sa blessing. Okay? So, yun, kailangan nyo itanong sa sarili ninyo, what message am I receiving beyond words, which is sa sarili kong emotion, ganyan. It is all about review sa faith, sa belief, at saka sa pinaka-inner narrative ng isang tao. So, that is Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So, tendency, may mga times din na babalik yung mga excess, ganyan. Bakit? Kasi, kung papansin niyo, itong si Mercury naka-retrograde, naka-sextile siya saan? Sa Uranus in Taurus 7th house. Ano ulit yung 7th house? That is the house of relationship and marriages. Ganyan. So, may tendency magkaroon ng second chance na magbalikan yung mga ex. So, ayan. Or, if hindi naman magbalikan, kasi nakasextile siya sa 5th house. 5th house is the house of joy, pleasure, inner child, romantic partner. Ayan. Then, nakasextile siya saan? Sa 7th house. In Uranus. So, may tendency bigla ang may mga mababalitaan ko yung nagbalikan dahil sa placement na yan. Kasi, Mercury retrograde in Pisces is also about realizing of lessons. Lots and lots of realizations sa pagiging selfless and selfishness. Okay? So, yun yung magiging effect ni Mercury retrograde in Pisces kasi damay dyan ang 7th house and 5th house. So, ingatan nyo din yung mga anak ninyo dahil Mercury retrograde in Pisces in 5th house. So, may tendency din na madamay din yung sariling joy and happiness ninyo. Like parang hahanapin nyo yung totoong joy and happiness ninyo. Magiging conscious kayo sa sarili ninyo. Kung itong bagay ba to ay kailangan na bang i-limit or i-limitless pa. Kasi Pisces is all about selflessness kasi. So kung pupunta dyan si Mercury retrograde, magkakaroon ka ng realization kung saan ka naging sobrang selfless. And doon ka dapat maging magkaroon ng limit this time. Kaya yung iba, magbabalikan. Yung iba, magkakaroon ng realization na wala nang balikan talaga. So, yan ang mangyayari sa February 11 ng pre-shadow Mercury retrograde. Mafe-feel na nila yon. And then February 26 yung direct Mercury retrograde. Nung mag-i-start siya ng Mercury retrograde ng February 26, 2026. And matatapos siya ng... Check natin kailan siya matatapos. Matatapos siya ng... Ayun. So, natapos siya ng March 21, 2026, which is si Mercury, nag-transit na siya from 5th house to 4th house. So, ano ulit yung 4th house naman this time? Sariling emotion. Okay? Private life. Family. So, expect ninyo na magkakaroon din yung buong Pilipinas ng turmoil, hindi lang sa relationship, pati rin sa family din pala. And sa sariling emotion din. Kung niloloko nyo lang ba talaga sarili ninyo or you decided the right thing for you. And sa karelasyon ninyo na kung nakipagbalikan nga ba talaga kayo, tama bang makipagbalikan kayo or hindi. Ganon na nangyayari. February 26 to March 21 ang Mercury retrograde natin in Pisces. Pero sa ngayon, January 29, 2026, ang una kailangan natin problemahin is pasensya, grounding. Bakit? Kasi si Saturn ay nasa Pisces at papasok na siya ng Aries. And guys, dahil pumasok na ng January 27 si Neptune sa Aries, 15 years siyang magtatagal sa Aries. And take note guys, so magkakaroon tayo ng 15-year generation na kung saan lahat ng tao magiging mabilis yung manifestation and may tendency din magkaroon ng 15 years war. What type of war? Hindi yung physical world, kung hindi yung spiritual war. So hindi lang magiging malakas yung ability ng mga taong nasa metaphysical, hindi lang mga nasa liwanag, pati rin mga nasa dilim. Kaya mag-ingat-ingat din kayo kung tingin ninyo na isumpa ba kayo, na evil eye kayo, everyday mag-cleanse kayo, mag-grounding kayo, mag-shield kayo, protect yourselves. Always pray and always ask guidance din kay God. Kasi pinaka-powerful pa din is yung protection and prayer galing sa inyo and asking God to protect you with the power of blood of Jesus Christ. So, ayan guys. So, 15 years, imagine, si Neptune mag-i-stay siya sa Aries. And take note, yung mga ipapanganak din for 15 years, sila yung mga ipinanganak na sobrang lakas ng intuition and spiritual power for sure na meron sila dahil si Neptune ay nasa Aries. It means sobrang active ni Neptune. Wala na siya sa Pisces which is sobrang passive, which is yun yung times na madalas kayong managinip or something else or like parang nakakagawa kayo or manifest ng bagay na hindi nyo ine-expect, ganyan. So, ganun siya. Pero this time, nasa Aries na siya. It means active na. So, yung mga ipapanganak this January 26, 2026 until 2041 dahil 15 years nga naman. So, yung mga bata na ipapanganak ninyo will be very intuitive, very spiritual, at saka sobrang enhance yung creativity nila and imagination. Kasi, kapag yung Neptune is nasa Aries, it's like parang yung veil between spirituality and between the physical and the metaphysical is sobrang thin. Lalo na sumali pa si Saturn dyan. So, may tendency din na yung illusion ng bawat tao for 3 years, haharapin ninyo yung totoong reality. Like parang since tapos na si Saturn sa Pisces, nandito na siya sa harsh part na ng reality ng bawat tao. Siyempre, may kanya-kanya tayong natal chart placement, may kanya-kanya tayong problem na kakaharapin. So, eto yon, and be ready for that. Be ready for that part na yon. Kasi, kailangan nyo talaga siyang harapin dahil tapos na yung escapism, tapos na yung paradise or leisure part ninyo na matagal nyo nang ini-ignore this time kung hindi nyo talaga siya matututunan, ayan, isasampal sa atin ni Saturn yan. Pero it would be a type of lesson that will make us grow. Okay, so you don't have to take it as negative. Every negativity has its own positivity and every positivity has its own negativity then as well. So, ayan. And also at the same time, sa mga taong pinanganak ng 1997, 1998, and 1999, alam ko kayo ata ang mga Saturn in Pisces. Pero, i-check natin kung kayo nga ba yung generation na yon na magkakaroon ng Saturn return. Yes, kayo nga. 1997, 1998, and 1999 babies, it is your Saturn return. For 3 years, ito yung first Saturn return ninyo kung saan dito nyo malalaman kung yung life lesson nyo ba is natutunan nyo na or hindi pa. So, you have to be very aware sa part na yun. Pero kung hindi nyo alam kung nasaan yung life lesson ninyo, you can contact me, Nico J. Chua, sa Mystic Way. So, pwede kayo magpa-consult sa akin sa Mystic Way. And then, doon natin i-check kung paano ba magiging Saturn return ninyo. Kasi 3 years to. 3 years life lesson to na isasampal sa inyo. Kung talagang natutunan nyo na siya, magiging reward siya. Pero kung hindi nyo pa talaga natutunan to, naging stubborn pa rin kayo, ipapunish kayo ni Saturn. Ang mangyayari doon, more challenges pa mangyayari. Hindi siya reward. Magiging siyang punishment. So, ayan guys. Yun lang sa akin as your astrologist. So, once again, this is Nico J. Di Mount Chua. And thank you so much ulit, Sir Ray Sibayan, for inviting me sa Gabi ng Misteryo. Thank you everyone and God bless. God bless you everyone.
So yan mga kamisteryo, ang kabuuan ng ating pag-share sa inyo ng mga iba't ibang mga experiences ng ating mga kaibigan sa larangan ng ghost hunting. Marami pa yung mga kaibigan natin na maaaring mag-share in the future dito sa ating Gabi na Misteryo. Pinagsasama-sama natin mga experiences na yan. And of course, kung ano man ang inyong mga suggestions, you can also give us some suggestions while watching this episode ng ating Gabi na Misteryo. And you can also follow me sa ating Facebook page, Gabi na Misteryo Facebook page, and of course sa ating Ray T. Sibayan Adventures sa Facebook page, sa ating YouTube channel, Ray T. Sibayan Adventures. Meron din tayong YouTube channel ng Gabi na Misteryo, yung Team Misteryo Philippines. Alright, so maraming salamat po sa matumutok po sa ating Gabi na Misteryo tonight dito sa DZRH. Huwag din po niyo kalilimutan, i-follow din po ninyo ang Facebook page ng DZRH News, DZRH News Television, and also you can follow us sa YouTube and iba pang social media platform ng DZRH. Salamat sa ating mga nakagapay sa impilang ito sa DZRH, sa mga tumutok po. Maraming salamat po.
Gabi ng Misteryo.